What up, everybody? Happy St.
What up,
Patty's Day to everybody. Like, smash, subscribe,
There you go.
send hate mail to
Yeah.
David,
No.
all of that. And hey, I got a quick question for the group. Does anybody else other than me let their dog kiss them on the face? I let my dog, I'm like, give me a kiss, and he'll kiss me around the mouth.
No, that's a white people thing.
I think that is a white people thing. 'Cause
No, we're going straight into race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
100%.
most. This
You know,
is the
this will
most
be the
diverse
first-
we've been in a while. And
hang on a
we're
second.
going
This
straight
is the first time you weren't the one who started it.
there. I did start in the pre-show though.
You did start in the pre-show. You just still got them there.
Actually,
Remember
Jody
Maya
started
hit
it
me
in
in
the
the face.
pre-show.
I generally don't like that because
I mean, I was super excited. I was like, dude, diversity numbers are up. But it looks bad because on my screen, the two black folks are down at the bottom and the two white folks are at the top.
Yeah, exactly how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, mine as well. But I got Jimi Hendrix in the background.
Hey,
There you go.
now the diversity numbers are way up. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. I'm having, real quick, for me, I'm having a little of the very rare Middleton's Irish whiskey blend. All right. It's good stuff. It's solid. This was the very first find. This is from 2016. The very first hunted bottle I went out and got on my very first hunt.
Nice.
And it comes in a nice wooden box and everything. I agree with Billy.
I agree with Billy.
We're just going to keep this racism stuff going.
Chuck, my dog, my man, 100 grand.
Anyway, so that's what I'm having. So
Nice.
cheers.
Middleton's is great. I've had it at your place before.
Yes, you
It's
have.
good. I have. We'll go into what I'm drinking next because I picked this up literally on my way home from work. I
We're
was
going
like,
with just the white folks first.
this is
There
the
you
white
go.
folks version. Yeah, I guess white people first this time. Sorry. Just like America. Anyway, so this is West Cork
That
Irish
wasn't me
whiskey.
that time. Not me.
No, yeah, that was me. That's my fault. Anyway, Jody's gonna hate this one. Some of you guys might like this otherwise. So this is you're gonna think peated because it's in the title of it, but the cask was peated rather than the whiskey itself. Peat was used in the charring of the cask. So it tastes a lot like the Connemara a
Can we
little bit.
change the word peated to night crawlers?
So it was night crawlered as part of the charring process. Yeah, we want to do that? We can do that. As part of the charring process. So what happens is it comes through a lot on the nose, but not very much on the palate. What you get on the palate is just like a smoky palate, which I tend to like anyway. But like if you want like a big hit of like the earthworm taste, you're not going to get it off of this, but you will get it off the nose. This is a nice drinker. It reminds me an awful lot of Connemara. It might be a little bit better in terms of quality. But yeah, not unhappy with it. And the reason why I picked this up, by the way, is because I still have open bottle of Redbreast, but I've had that, which is good stuff. It's great stuff, in fact.
Yeah.
But I've had it on our St. Patty's Day show, like since we've started. I think that's how old the
I
bottle
have
is.
Middleton's every time too.
Yeah, and it's just I'm like, I just want to switch it up. I just want to do something different. And I was in there looking at Jameson triple cask. I don't know shit about that. And I'm like, well, what's this on a bottom shelf? And I'm like, all right, I'll take a look. So
Man, the
there we
Jameson
go.
Black Barrel though,
It's great shit. I wish regular Jameson would go away and Black Barrel was just Jameson.
Yeah.
So and
Well,
all
they
we
get
need
that from the whiskey barrels that they get from used whiskey barrels from the great state of Tennessee and Kentucky. Anyway, so I'll pick either of the black people at the bottom.
Okay.
Can go next.
In the
Good evening, Jen, by the way.
so listen,
ahead, Bill.
I'm gonna keep the train rolling.
Yeah.
There's not too many things that white people cook up better than black people, but two of those things are meth and moonshine. So I'm having a little bit of moonshine tonight
There you
because I
go.
have a hell of a toothache.
There you go.
I still possess all four of my wisdom teeth,
I do
Oh,
too.
geez.
and the one down at the bottom is giving me hell. So
Uh-oh.
this is my cure-all tonight.
I don't do moonshine,
That's
but
your disinfectant.
I too have all four of my wisdom teeth. Man, one of the funniest videos I've ever recorded in my life. Quick story time. So my son, Preston had to get his wisdom teeth taken out. And I think the doctor just wanted, like they were saying his mouth's not big enough and this, that, and whatever. I'm like, dude, that's some bullshit. He absolutely has a big enough mouth for it, right?
Mhm.
And But either way, we go and do it. It costs like $300 or $400 with insurance and all this stuff to do it. And anyway, he gets out of the first thing he's doing. He's like super hot. He, those of you guys who have seen him, he's a big boy. He's not like he's 6'2" and about 230. I mean, he's a big dude.
He's
My nephew's a linebacker.
Yeah. He looks like Lou Ferrigno's poop. He's like,
Yeah. And it's like, when he's driving around in his car, it's like he's the guy that shows up with his shirt off all the time. He's like, the chicks like it when I drive with my shirt off. I'm like, oh my God, you're a fucking retard.
Did the chicks tell him that?
No, nobody's ever told him that.
Who said that to him?
I bet one of his friends,
brain told him that.
One of his guy friends were like, you should drive around with no shirt on because you're so fit,
Yeah,
or whatever. But anyway, he's a big clown. Oh, by way of but anyway, so he gets his teeth out, and the doctor's like, man, I'm so glad you didn't punch me or anything. He's like, fuck you. And I'm like, dude, you can't be doing that. Like, you can't be saying that. He's like, fuck you. And I'm like, I'm gonna break your damn face right now. Anyway, so we're going down the road, and for those of you guys who live in the Middle Tennessee area, Nolensville Road at Old Hickory Boulevard it's not as diverse as it used to be. It's almost a one demographic now. All right.
Gentrified is what you're trying to say.
Nope. It's a one demographic, meaning that there's only one type of people that live in that area now. Okay. All right. Nope. Not those people. Not those people either.
Oh,
no,
boy.
it's the ones that they you see them sometimes at Home Depot, or maybe in other places, doing like construction work and stuff like that. There you go. Good job.
Right,
nice.
Elizabeth is drinking Balvenie single malt Scotch whiskey. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Very cool. Scotch isn't Irish, but it's close enough tonight. We'll take it.
Yeah. But anyway,
thank you, Elizabeth.
So we're making this turn from Nolensville Road to Old Hickory Boulevard to hit 65 to head back south towards, Williamson County and stuff, right? As we're making this turn, I have the windows down for him because I'm trying to get him to sober up. I had to pick him up and put him in my truck too. That was not easy. But anyway, as we make this turn, he hangs out the window with his fake shotgun, and there's like 2 cars full of those people that are inhabitants of that area. And he's like, I'm like, dude,
making gunshots.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't do that, man.
No,
and it's so wrong. It's so wrong. But anyway,
it's the anesthesia is quite the disinhibitor. I think I've told stories about this before, because I used to work as a surgical tech. People get their wisdom teeth took out. People say all kinds of crazy shit and don't remember it. And then they say that crazy shit again because they don't remember saying it in the first place.
I know, but I have video of all that. But
that's good.
Like, I grabbed him by his shirt and I pulled him in. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? You can't do that. He's like, I was just saying hi. I'm like, to whom? Gang members?
And how do you say? That's how you say hi.
Yeah, you say hi like that to all your buddies.
Like, clack, clack, hi.
The shotgun sign and everything.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, oh my Lord. But anyway, Mr. Marky Mark, BBC, what's up, brother? What are you drinking?
All right. Okay, they're quiet for a minute. I got a drunk Irish coalition to my left. So
are they amateur drunks or are they professional?
It's a mixture. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am sipping Slain Irish whiskey green tea shot.
There you go. So Slain is not bad for a lower tier. Like you can, it's kind of like on par with like a Sexton or something like that. I can't speak to that green tea shot.
It's sweet.
But Chuck earlier, he said,
"I'm doing it for the show."
There you go. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. See you showing up in your green and representing.
Hey, look. So look, I just discovered I had to go in my office, right? So you guys know I've been home, but I'm not home. So I'm back home in Arizona right now. Right? I was in my office, and I found 5 packs of cigars and some whiskey that I had planned on sending to you guys, I think last year, but I've been gone. Haven't sent them. Sorry, but they all contain. They were supposed to go out before St. Patty's Day last year, but you remember my dad was in the hospital, so I couldn't send them.
How's your dad?
Yeah. He's good. Drive me crazy, but he's good.
Oh, dude, I have a mom. She drives me
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, she sent me a text today. She's
You
like,
guys
have
know
you-
I'm loving the devil drive me crazy. But so the packs all contain these Aaron Go bras. They're kind of Connecticut cigars. The
Aaron
Connecticut
Go Bra?
wrapper.
Yeah,
Irish,
I've heard of
course. Yeah, the Irish, of course. And I had a shit, I've got the whiskey now. Give me a minute. I've been sipping. But there's a little thing of whiskey in each of the packs, but I have not gone out. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get them out before I hop on the plane tomorrow evening. But I got a VA appointment. I got to get my shots because I'm going to Myanmar, Burma. Pray for me.
Jeez.
just watch out for the bugs there. The bugs are all the bugs
Jody.
there, and the other pests are all poisonous.
Look, hey Jody.
I've been there in the jungle there.
Wow.
It's
I
bad.
know. I remember you told me. So look, Jody.
What are you doing out there? Can you not talk about it?
No, I can talk about anything.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Him.
Oh.
Yeah,
the one
I'll
who's
tell you after
going.
the show.
Yeah.
So you all know
Yeah.
I changed agencies. So
Yeah.
look, Jody, they gave me when I had to go through the visa bullshit. They gave me this little. It looks like an old school telegram notice, right? It says, Mark Lewis, you are not to do this, this, and this. And basically said, you stay your ass where you're supposed to be and don't do shit else. So, okay, because you know it's level 4, means don't go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
You got to
interesting.
stay in
I'm
the
looking-
compound.
Yeah, basically. So I'm looking forward to going. The only thing I want to do is go to Pagoda. We'll see if I can do that, but who knows? But yeah, that's it. I'm going
You know
back
what's
to
funny
New
is when I got back from Burma back in 2000, we're gonna say 2005, but I may be off a couple years.
Yeah.
Either way, I'll have to look it up in my I Love Me book. And but anyway, we of course we could only stay whether we stayed on the base or with the compound. That's the only places we were allowed to go. Except for the training and stuff. But the thing that was funny about it is I like to give blood, or I used to. And I went down to the American Red Cross to volunteer to give blood. And they're like, no, you cannot give blood if you just got back from that place. I'm like, can I ever give blood? And they're like, no. So I've never gave blood again.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm saying every time I would think about it, it's like, well, you've been there, you can't go. So, I mean, you can't do it. So, all right. Because I just got back from almost a month in Thailand. So,
Did you go to Bangkok or Pattaya Beach?
that was in Bangkok.
That place is the most appropriately named place in the world.
Dude.
I'm serious. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm
fucking
being
hilarious.
dead serious.
True.
Like you, if
what I've
you can,
heard.
that is the adult Disney World. If you
And I was
can,
there damn near a month. So, yeah.
yeah, if you can think
Jesus.
it can come true. It can be done.
Pretty much.
There ain't no pretty much to it. That's facts.
That's
Gotta
hilarious.
watch the Lady Boys, though.
First of all, Chuck, it said a little while ago, he's drinking Redbreast Cask Strength tonight. Excellent choice. Really good stuff. And then guess who joined us? Daniel Berry. What's
Hey.
up?
There you go.
Daniel.
Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. He's in here with it. Thank you for joining us, Daniel.
What about old Rob? What do you
And
do?
Rob made it in. What's up, sir? How you doing?
I got a computer to work, so
Nice. Sounds like you need an IT guy. Somebody else.
no, my home my home laptop is probably 10 years old.
You're probably ready for a new one.
It's probably beyond its capabilities. It let me upgrade to Windows 11, and since then it's just been a shit show.
It's because it can't run the resource. We're not going to get into that shit. We can talk about it in the after show if you want.
But what are
Yeah.
you drinking?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
What am I drinking? I'm drinking the same thing as Chuck, a little Redbreast Cask Strength.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Little golf clap for you guys.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Excellent choice on the
Cool.
Redbreast.
Cool. So none of us, except for looks like Mark, is out on amateur night. So I don't go out on amateur night ever, and that includes like New Year's Eve. I don't do that. I don't do 4th of July out. I mean, most of the time I do 4th of July either in Florida or everybody's at my house, right? But I don't go out for those kind of things because I do. I mean, I love St. Patty's Day just like everybody else, but you're asking to get pulled over.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't live close to, or if it's not feasible economically to get an Uber from anywhere, like it's going to cost me, if I were to get an Uber from downtown Nashville, it's going to cost me every bit of $100, right?
Oh yeah. They
get to my
jack
place.
up those prices.
Well, it's because of where I live too, right?
Yeah.
So it's insane. So I sit there and think about it. What would drive any of you guys out? Because I do have one answer that would drive me out. But outside of what would drive you out of your, except for Mark because he's out with amateur night, but what would drive you guys out to celebrate on St. Patty's night?
Okay, so let me go first. I don't know if there's anything that would really drag me out, with the exception of work. And that's really about it. St. Patty's Day, Cinco de Mayo here in South Florida.
I forgot about that. That's another one too.
It is a real shit show amateur night type of deal.
Free drinks. Okay,
Free
well, there's
drinks.
Free drinks.
That
Oh, yeah.
might get it to go.
Well, she's a
as we said,
female,
free
so that
drinks,
could happen.
Yeah. But other than work, just to give you guys, for instance, so Miami Beach has this thing where they broke up with spring break. If
Yeah,
you are
I heard
from
about that.
out of town, for you to park in the garage, it is $100.
Yeah, that's
Flat.
That's
No ifs,
stupid.
ands, or buts about it. It's $100.
I'm walking.
There's curfews, there's everything else. Because people don't know how to drink like a professional here in South Florida. Because it's one of the problems I think it is because alcohol is so accessible. You can buy alcohol at any time of day in South Florida. You can walk into Publix at 7:00 when they open. They do not care what day of the week it is, and they will sell you whatever you want. Walgreens down in Key West opens up at 6 a.m. and the liquor stores open first.
All right, so I'm gonna hold my question on that here momentarily, because there's a follow-up question that'll come to that. But go ahead, continue.
No. So it's unfortunate here, but the dark side of people not being professional drinkers will be on the TV tomorrow morning. It was unfortunate 2 weeks ago, a young lady who was here studying, came here to study, and was killed by a kid coming out of South Beach. He hit her so hard, she got ejected from her Jeep. And not a scratch on him. And he literally,
he was probably drinking, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The drunks never get hurt. God only saves babies and dumbasses.
Yeah. And they went back and they found out where he was drinking and who served him up. And South Florida doesn't play about that. They literally shut the bar down, and that guy who overserved him is actually facing charges.
Oh shit!
Wow.
So yeah, when it comes to amateur night, I've seen too much of the dark side. So
it's good they take that shit seriously. At least you know,
stay at home because it's just not worth it. So work literally be the only reason to get me out of the house on any one of those days.
Yeah, I agree with that. What about you, Marky Mark?
So normally I don't go out. Sorry. So I had to come home to.
But you are out right now.
I am out, but I normally on these days I normally don't. I went to see Brooklyn, who they're not. So Brooklyn, her mom, they're not far from here. So I went to see my baby girl, and I said, well, I'll stop past Fine Ash. You know, this is my home away from home, and I'm.
It's your spot. Yeah.
Man, I almost wore that shirt tonight for the show.
But yeah, so I stopped through. I said I'll come through for a minute because I haven't been here. I haven't been home since Christmas. So I think I stopped through for a quick minute and have a pour 4 right now. But I probably won't have much more than this and take my ass home. This is not my normal day out. I'm usually in the house, which I'm going right after we're done. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm normally those days, New Year's Eve, here, especially Cinco de Mayo being here. No, I'm good. I don't F around. So.
Yeah.
But I'm out.
What about you, Rob?
So I generally don't go out on the 17th. Depending on how it falls, you know, Pittsburgh's got a huge Irish community. So they've been celebrating in Pittsburgh since Tuesday of last week.
Jesus.
Sounds like Boston.
That sounds very accurate.
See, that's where I was going to go with mine, but I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
So there's a local pub, Irish pub called the Mulaney's Harp and Fiddle, and every Thursday before St. Pat's they do a thing called Finnegan's Wake. If you've ever heard the song Finnegan's Wake, they actually do character things to the whole, like they'll do a verse of the song and Tim Finnegan's body gets carried in. It's kind of cool.
Rob, is that,
Like-
is that over by Three River?
That is in the
No,
strip
it's on the
district.
it's on the I was gonna say it's on the north side of
It's in the
okay,
strip
okay,
district.
okay.
The one that's
In the
over
strip.
over on the North Shore is closed. It was something pub. They closed that one. But like today, I worked this morning. I stopped at the cigar shop early afternoon. Went next door to the bar, had a couple of Guinness, came home. Like I wouldn't even think about going out on a Monday. Now, granted, this year it is a Monday, so that will
Yeah.
curtail a bit of
Some
the
of it, yeah, for sure.
of the
Well, if I make it
idiotic
to 70,
behavior.
I'm gonna blast it up, man. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna get liquored up and arrested.
Talk about that like that's the plan. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have goals. I'm gonna write it
You
down.
know, it's important to have goals in life.
So, so before I get to you, David, so one of the things, and I was just reminded it would be two things, but one of the things that I would go for is the year of COVID. So 2020, I had tickets to Dropkick Murphys in Boston. All right,
There you go.
And I was super stoked about it. Like it was going to be that was a great gig, right? Super excited about it, and this, that, and whatever. And I had my tickets, my airline tickets, I had the hotel, had everything all set up to go. And then COVID hit that, I think that Boston Convention Center that was there and hit it bad. And which was one of the places I was going to be. And I was like, oh my God. And so I had to cancel that. Well, I didn't cancel the trip. I was like, I can still handle it. You know, COVID's not that bad. That's what I was thinking. But it didn't matter. Dropkick Murphys dropped it. Well, I shouldn't say dropped it. It's a pun. But they canceled the show. And they sent me back my money and all that. And then I was able to cancel my hotel and all that stuff and get refunded. But if I could see the Dropkick Murphys in Boston on St. Patty's Day, I would absolutely do it. I mean, they're doing it tonight. They're playing a show tonight. And
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. But yeah, that would be worth it. But then you'd be off the next day, so it's like, you know, for travel or whatever at least.
Yeah.
So much easier to survive.
So you're talking about 5 years ago. So that was a Thursday or Friday night. So
yeah, that would have been perfect. But
yeah.
So let's read some comments here before we get to me. First of all, we got John Baker, aka Jack Frost, in the house, saying "Damn OG crew up in here." Yeah, we're pretty much OGs all up in here. And then we got Jen. She says, "I'm Scottish, not Irish. I don't celebrate it other than wearing green." Yeah, that works.
And
then,
Jen,
Mark,
I'm more Scottish than I am Irish as well. I'm like 20% Scottish.
Well, get this: the military did 2 DNA tests on me, and I'm Inuit. And I'm like, wow, blonde hair, blue eyes.
There you go. Yeah,
Must have been the king.
Apparently. So, and Jen says she doesn't like getting pinched. Who does?
Well,
Cool. Yeah, first of all, appreciate all the comments. I love it when people comment. I love reading the comments. It's always fun.
Who's pinching though? That's the question.
So I saw someone get pinched today at work because they didn't have green on. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
That's an HR violation nowadays.
Well,
in corporate America.
You know, potentially so.
Not anymore.
Potentially so. Depends on the HR department. I guess maybe where I work, not so much would be a problem. But anyway, what would get me out on St. Patrick's Day? Honestly, it would have to be like, there was a group of like friends getting together we're planning this for St. Patrick's Day. We want everyone to come out. It's like, oh, okay, fine, sure. But it would be much better, like rather than going out to like do something at somebody's house.
Yeah.
Roads is still not ideal, but like the idea of going downtown and crowds and stuff like that. I pretty much don't like going downtown, period. So
I like to go downtown.
Well, thank you, Mark. Bringing it back, keeping it real.
The BBC.
Appreciate you. Spoken. Anyway, but yeah, Jen, it would have to be like friends
beer,
really
bourbon, and cigars is what BBC stands for. But
that's what it is: beer, bourbon, and cigars.
Unless you're,
or whatever.
Unless you're hashtagging
it, or whatever. HR.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be it for me. I would have to be like, kind of like nudged into it. Like, come on, we're all getting together to do the thing. I'm like, oh, okay, fine.
I honestly forgot the question I was going to ask Billy. I said I had to table that. I don't know why it is. Squirrel. Yep, I know. Don't touch my helmet.
You know, not everyone with ADHD needs a helmet. Maybe you do.
I don't have
ADHD.
Oh,
I have Einstein. I can't even speak.
What?
Einstein's disease. Too
but
much
on the
going
other side of things
think I met
being
her.
kind of unprofessional for drinking in South Florida,
Uh,
Uber drivers and Lyft drivers
Pardon me
are
one second.
estimated to make more money tonight than any other day of the year here in South Florida. So they are some responsible people.
yeah.
Hey Billy,
You
is
got your
Manchester
sober
still open?
drivers trying to make
Yes.
bank. That's why they're putting up with
Mansion's
your
still
drunk
open.
ass.
11 is the big thing right now. Space is still open. Live on Sundays is ridiculous.
Oh, forgot about Liv. Ooh.
Live to get into Live on Sundays at the Fountain Blue, I think it's about $180 general admission.
What?
To drink.
Just to get in and stand next to the bar. It's $180. Live on Sunday, a table. I think a table starts at $750. $750.
And how much do you got to spend?
Oh, once you get the table, you have to spend. I think it's $1,100.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Please.
People
That sounds like
thank
me.
you.
That sounds like me and you and Jay there, David. When we went
Yeah,
to
seriously.
both of our bills were about that much.
intense.
I think
I can't believe y'all did that. Thankful. As all get out.
VIP
Damn.
on Sunday at Live, I think it starts around 1,600.
So I got a funny story about high dollars. So we'll just name this person Michelle. So the two of us were at a cigar place,
Uh-huh.
and I had to go to the bathroom. I said, just get us something to drink. You know, whatever you pick, fine. Here's my credit card. I come back. My bill was $1,250.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
What the hell? Did they get you a pour of Louis Trey?
No, it was. I mean, that wasn't the only one, but it was. We had several of Eagle Rare 17s.
Damn.
Yes.
That'll get you up there pretty fast.
Oh yeah. I mean, all those are, and everything I pour. You know, this is a double pour, right? Or double.
Yeah.
And so everything. I mean, so that's $60 a pour. So it starts adding up.
Yeah. John says us Irish folk are drunk fuckers. Yeah, that's kind of true. It's it is kind of true. We like our whiskey and our beer.
So I heard from Ethan the other day, and he, Ethan is one of my stepchildren, and he's 20, getting ready to turn 22, and he went up to visit his girlfriend up in Pennsylvania, and kind of like what Rob was saying, they've been celebrating since last Tuesday, and so they were hammering it out, partying, and all this stuff. He tried Guinness for the first time. He's like, "Dude, how can you drink this? This is so
It's
nasty."
hilarious. Most people think it's super strong because of the
How
flavor
stout
of it,
yeah.
but it's
The
really
color.
like quite low on the alcohol.
No, it's
content.
higher than you think.
Regular
It's
Guinness,
four-
like if you go to the bar and order a
It's
Guinness,
4.3.
so
ABV
it's
is
actually pretty
4.3
low.
on a Guinness.
You're thinking of those more special, like the extra stout or whatever. That those are a little bit higher, but like the regular Guinness that you can
Guinness.
get, yeah,
Guinness is 4.3 to 4.5.
regular
Look
Guinness.
that
is
up.
pretty low.
I'm not sure you're all right, but real
And
look
for
it up.
whatever
I've
reason,
checked a number of times on
Guinness
before.
and the Heinekens in Jamaica, the alcohol content is much higher.
Yeah, no, I believe that. I bet it's higher if you actually get it from, if you're in Ireland, like those. What
I
I've
have
heard
had Guinness.
and I know you have, like the shit they make for themselves is a little bit better than the shit they sell to everybody else. Jen says
Yes.
Guinness is so good though.
Yes, it is.
Hell yes, it is.
The extra stout is
It's delicious
7.5. The West Indies version is 6.0, and the one they sell in the United States is 4.2. So Rob was right on it.
Yep.
Yeah. And
She's
Guinness
drinking-
makes
he said 5.6. Guinness is all over the place. Hell.
it could be used as a base for ice cream, which is amazing
Yep.
when you make
Yes.
an ice cream.
Oh yeah,
out
make
of
an
it.
ice cream float. Yeah.
So that's what
Guinness
Guinness
ice cream
is really,
float.
really good for.
I've always wanted to try one of those. I've never had one. I'm
So
always like
the best
alcohol
thing-
and ice cream. I don't know.
the best Guinness I ever had one time was
Sounds like a bad
I was
time, yeah.
at Jonathan's in Belle Mead, maybe. During the day, I had rode my motorcycle out there, and this was back in the day, and had they took this raspberry liqueur, and they poured it in there slowly, and then rolled it around in the glass like this.
Uh-huh.
It was in a pint glass, of course, and then they poured out the excess of it, and then they poured the Guinness in there, and it tasted like a red velvet cake. It
No doubt. That is wild.
Yeah,
That
it was
sounds good.
so good. It was so good. I mean, except for the part where it did like a red velvet cake, you not only do you defecate red, but you also pee red sometimes. So
Never had that.
Did you go to a doctor for that? Maybe because I don't think that's the wrong.
That was not the right
Did
reaction.
your urologist say it was from the drink?
there could have been some other problems.
That's too funny.
There's been some times where I've had some issues.
That sounds like you had a rough night in Bangkok.
Yeah, right.
I swear to everything holy. Other than and Mark's been there. Other than a foamy, I've never done anything in Bangkok. It's just not safe.
What's a foamy again?
Okay, so a foamy. God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. People don't hate me for this, but
Yeah, go for it.
But so they have a lot of bathhouses, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of what they're known for. And so you can have a girl give you a bath, and they will, but they wash you with their hoo-ha, and it's because it has fur on it, and they wash you with that all over your
So
body.
it's like a brush, kind of like a scouring pad.
It's no. Hey, Dave,
Sorry.
Euro style.
But for the record,
This-
I was in my early 20s, so this is
I'm not
my-
judging you. I just think
No,
it's
but there
fucking
might be
hilarious,
people
the mental
judging me,
image.
and
Yeah.
I don't want people judging me because that was.
I don't think the 5 people who are still watching this show are judging you.
You'd be surprised. We'll wait if I get any text messages here momentarily.
Yeah. I can't believe you said that.
Yeah. Like, man, you're so nasty. Like, well, I wasn't. I was actually getting clean. I had a great bath. It was really warm.
See, there you go. There you
Shame.
go. One person's trying to put some shame on you, Jack Frost.
There's a good person to put shame on anybody.
It wasn't because it wasn't an icy foam.
I don't think I would enjoy that too much.
No, I don't think so either.
Because ice makes it more like micro size. That's one water. Yeah.
Turtle.
Fucking not turtle. It's like fucking
Oh my god.
deep dive. Get out of here. Abort.
Well, we made it 33
Stick your
minutes
finger in your
before
ass
this
so you can make it
completely
come
fell
back
off.
out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
man.
Oh damn. Okay.
well, I just said that too. I said you can stick your finger in your ass and get to come back out.
You try to stick.
I was just being funny.
Shit.
And Elizabeth said, not the worst thing you could be washed with either.
No, I agree.
That's fucking-
I agree.
yeah.
But I will say,
See, look who's defending us is the women.
and not
Isn't that
defending
hilarious?
us, she's defending me here.
You can take it that way.
But my
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
but my point being is that I agree 1,000%.
His point.
This is so
Except for Bangkok or all of Thailand, probably not the best people to have washing you. Just speaking real. I don't mean that derogatory.
Why are they?
No, nobody said it is. Hey, it is what it is.
I'm almost afraid to ask what makes you say that. Is it just like
Because back
not
in
real big on
David,
regular bathing?
no, when I was there in the 90s, HIV was high and stuff. And
Oh, I
stuff.
see,
And
I
so
see, I
you
see.
like there was no way I was gonna. No way. Like me love you long time. Sure you do, but we ain't doing this. No
'Cause
chance.
You're not into the me love you the rest of your time.
No, I don't want what you probably have.
I don't
Oh, I
want it.
got myself with that one.
There ain't no chance of this.
And I may have to pull a Rob tonight and strap myself into this chair
Mm.
because now I'm going straight from the jar with the moonshine.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
dude.
That's right. That's
We'll
right.
see how
Oh,
well
my.
you stand up at the end. That's the real test.
The real test
or
is-
if you do,
The real test,
or if you
will
take
be
out that
whether or not
Cafe
you-
305 sign.
The real test will be later tonight if you're pissing in a corner. This has happened to me. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up.
My toothache is
With
gone.
moonshine?
Now I'm just going for trouble.
Exactly. He's trying to make sure his mouth
But I
is
will-
thoroughly
But
disinfected.
here's the thing. Though I would talk negative. Like I've seen some really cool things in Thailand. Like Thailand was a blast. I don't want to make it like Pattaya Beach is one of the gems of all of Thailand and of all of the South Pacific Asian islands and stuff, or Asian areas. I loved it. I had a great time. I mean, it's where I seen an elephant like sitting on the beach.
Just chilling.
Like I was sitting on the beach with my best friend. You know who I'm talking about. We're just sitting there beside each other, and this fucking elephant just comes up and sits down right next to us. I mean, it might be slightly exaggerated. It probably wasn't right next to us, but we were both had a few drinks.
Fairly close. Yeah.
But it was within the same
elephant.
100 yards of us for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
That's about as close as I want to be to an elephant, honestly.
Well, it was,
Not like
it
wall
wasn't
between-
like one of the giant Asian elephants. It was like maybe a juvenile or something, but it was, or maybe
Not big enough to kill you if it steps on you. So
oh yeah, I mean, it would
that's
absolutely.
kind of where
fuck me
I'm
up.
going.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
It's a bad time.
But Pattaya Beach is pretty clean. I mean, it would be a great place to go visit as a tour. But that's where Sabai Land's at, by the way. If you've never been to Sabai Land, hit me up in the chat, and we'll talk about that. That is a cool place to get a massage, and those are the massages that are.
Is that a fact? Is that a fact?
I mean, I didn't partake in them because I had been drinking. And I was like, I don't want to hook up, with anybody. But I know a lot of my friends who did. And by the way, all of them are still alive, so it kind of works out.
That's good. That's good. But that might be maybe that's the key then. Go to Sabai. I started watching a show. It's supposed to be.
I have zero desire to travel towards the Orient in the East, and if I go anywhere, I'm going to Ireland. I'm going to Scotland. I'm going to Wales.
I wouldn't mind going to Wales, and I wouldn't mind going to Ireland again. When I was in Shannon, I had the greatest time in Shannon. That was a blast. I have never been to Scotland. I wouldn't mind going there as well. But I will be honest with you, Asian countries are a lot of fun, man. Like they really are. Like I had the best experience ever in Kuala Lumpur, which is by the way, the largest Muslim country in the world. All right.
Which is wild.
And they're all Asian. And I mean, I watched a crime happen. I went to a mob place and I had a great time. And I was with I told you about this. I was with my big black friend, KD Anderson.
Uh-huh.
That's like, I mean, he was from Compton, California. He was my best friend on that deployment. And we had so much fun and we witnessed everything, but I had him. So I was like his little chihuahua that could say anything I wanted. And he would just pick me up and go, "We're done here." or if not,
how can I see that some giant dude just picking you up while you're trying to start shit?
I'm not even playing. Like when he got into the bird, he would like the bird had to like morph around him. He was like he would be sweating within like 2.5 seconds of like, "Hey, we're gonna fly here in a little bit." And he's like, "I'm already sweating." He had his handkerchief. And he would always be like patting his head and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, are you gonna stroke out on me?" But super smart guy. I mean, super smart. Hell of an engineer. And yeah, he was my ride or die during that deployment because I needed one. And he was good. He was a good one to have because there was many times I should have probably been stabbed in the throat.
I believe that.
Because I was at the height of my cockiness. Like I've definitely toned down. This is toned down, by the way.
Yeah.
I wasn't. We didn't say anything.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have to. I'm just telling you.
We're all just seeing pictures, man. It's
no, there's no
wild.
Pictures from that deployment.
No. I don't mean literal pictures. I mean mental images of what Jody not toned down is like.
He was also
Mark,
my
remind me to take Jody to the Poke and Beans when he comes to Miami next time.
Right. There's nothing like that at PC Beach, is there?
Am I like that in PC Beach?
No, I'm asking Billy if there's anything like that over at PC Beach. Any places we can watch Jody get himself in trouble?
Yeah, that's some good places.
Is there some Dirty Rabbit?
I'll take Jody to the Mint.
The Mint?
Yeah. He was smart. He didn't let his son come down here for Rolling Loud.
No,
I don't want my son
to go to jail. I've been reading about this kid in freaking Aruba or someplace down in
Listen, jail is not going to
the no, it's
where you're
Dominican
end up.
Republic. And dude, my son, it's
At
like
least it's in
yesterday.
American jail.
Get this. So yesterday we're eating dinner. I'm like, hey, dude. So I need you to be straight with me. I talk to him every night. He just walked in just a few minutes ago. I talk to him every night. I'm like, hey, like, and he kind of lets me know half truths every now and then. But yesterday he was around a bunch of people at dinner time, and he was like, okay, I can probably tell the truth. My dad isn't going to like stab me in the throat right now, right? And I'm like, so I've already asked you, so I'm gonna ask you again. Did you drink? He goes, and he looks at his other brother, Jordan. He goes, should I tell him everything? And I'm like, dude, I can't hear anyway. I'm like, but I'm like, yeah, you should tell me everything. Tell me the truth, all of it. And he goes, yeah, I went up to the bar because, it's 18 in Cancun. He just got back from Cancun. And he goes up to the bar and he goes, I'll just have a whiskey. And he said it was Jim Beam. And he goes, and I got it on ice. And I said, you didn't like it, did you? He goes, no. Not good at all.
That's great.
But he did say there was this new drink called Mexican water. I'm like, and of course I immediately go, you didn't drink Mexican water, did you? Because you might have the plague.
No, you won't get the plague. You'll get dysentery. We'll get.
No, see,
You'll be running for.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be running for the border.
If I take him to the Mint, he's not going to catch anything but a baby. He'll do that. Keisha give him a little baby.
I need him to get to finish with college or his first tour in the military before he has.
Fucking Chuck. Because it wasn't clear ice.
Dude, it doesn't matter if it was clear ice. It would still burn a hole in your asshole.
That's hilarious.
If it was clear, it was because they put tequila in it or vodka to make it. And
Vodka.
Who knows what
neutral grain spirits.
Yeah. So they would have had to do something to make it really super cold to freeze that too. But no, he was like, no, I didn't like that. He goes, that I was trying to be tough like a man. And he's like, Dad, I don't know how you drink that stuff. That is horrible. I'm like, I agree with you. Jim Beam is horrible.
What's hilarious is him being around all of that at your house and like not picking up on any sense of like that there's
no, he did.
There's a gradation of quality involved,
He did pick up on it. And he was like, the only reason I was like, so like his mom went there. I'm like, so what did your mom say? She goes, well, everybody else was doing it. I'm like, oh my God, she's the worst parent ever. Like, you don't say that. You don't, if everybody else is doing it.
I hate that excuse.
Yeah. Like that's not a thing, but I'm not mad at him because I do appreciate him telling me. And I have to be pragmatic, man. I will never forget, man. I was 18. No, I wasn't. I was 17. And I was living in California, and me and some friends all got together, and we got so fucking hammered on New Year's Eve. I don't know how we got we fell asleep, all of us, in the car for like 45 minutes at a red light.
Jesus Christ.
All right? No one pulled us over.
That's a everyone goes to jail kind of night.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
I
couldn't care. And we were on our way to another party, And then we got there, and I'll never forget the next day. I come rolling in at like 7:30 in the morning, and I look like I've been throwing up, which I had been. And I looked all kinds of shitty. And my dad and mom are sitting at the table, and I come walking in. My dad's like, he never says anything funny, but this was funny as fuck. Or I'm sorry, he never said anything funny. He said this. He goes, "Hey son, you feel as much like shit as we do." And I went and laid in bed till school 2 days later.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'll bet.
My high school graduation. So at the time when I graduated, we had like 3,000 seniors. We had to use Miami Beach Convention Center for our graduation location. So I worked at Publix at the time, and at the time, the only real alcohol that they sold was either Jack Daniels or Dom Perignon. Publix used to sell it behind the counter of customer service. So, of course, I get my hands on a bottle of Jack Daniels. Graduation day. So you know how you're all lined up in a row. You're sitting there. I kid you not. We're passing this bottle up and down the road.
And nobody catches you?
So here's what this is what happens to me, my luck.
Because people film that shit.
You walk up.
Even back in the day.
You shake your principal's hand. They give you the empty folder and the whole nine. Right? My luck. As soon as I grab the principal's hand, this burp comes up out of me. Right into the principal's hand. And he just looks at me.
Straight whiskey in his face.
He's like,
Breed love.
Yeah.
Breed love. My office.
Oh my God. Listen, I have never had so much panic in my life because when you got the folder, there was your diploma was not in it.
I know, 'cause
In
you
order
have to
to get to-
behave in order to get it, because we had the same
Yep.
thing.
Right. So I was like, Jesus Christ, don't tell me I get to the stage and I fuck.
Dude,
So,
Snatch
yeah,
defeat from the jaws of victory.
Billy,
man.
and that was kind of back in the day when it was, I'm not going to say acceptable, but it wasn't, you didn't get beat up as much for it.
No, you didn't.
So it's funny that you bring up that. So my school, so as everybody knows, I grew up in Southern California, moved here, and then I lived in Mount Juliet, and I graduated from Mount Juliet High School here in Tennessee. Which, by the way, I say wrong. If you ask anybody that's from Mount Juliet, because they don't know how to fucking speak, I say it wrong. All right, it's spelled like Mount Juliet. I don't know how they
What do
fucking
they
say
call
it.
it?
I don't even know how
I
to.
feel like we've
I
had
don't
this
even know how to.
before.
It's like Mount Juliet or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just making it up. I don't know what they do, but it's fucking stupid. Anyway, there was this giant debate about at the so they wanted me to get involved in this because I was on student council and stuff. They're like, so
Billy,
what-
I'm sorry to interrupt you. The face you just made, Billy. You took a bigger sip of that shit, and you're like, oh, damn, that was a bit much. That was fucking funny. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Billy.
no worries.
Go ahead, but that's fucking funny.
So the year I graduated, which was 1993, it was the first year that Mount Juliet decided they were going to have their graduation away from campus. Now, of course, everybody's doing that now. Most everybody has in these huge auditoriums or expo centers or whatever it might be. But that year, we were going to graduate at Michelle's texting me. She's watching. She knows that I fucked it up. But anyway, no. I fucked up the name of Juliet. But anyway, so the thing that was funny about it was it was the first year. And so they asked, they're like, sent out this petition. They're like, sign this. We all want to graduate from Mount Juliet and not from the Grand Ole Opry. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I don't even really like any of you guys. I've only met you for 1 year. Like, outside of, Michelle, Tina, Tansy.
This all sounds like 18-year-old Jody.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't really know all you guys. Steven. I didn't, and of course I did not like Steven. I did not like that sumbitch back in the day. But all these people, right? And they're all like, he was the reason. I mean, you've met Steven. I came in second to him in Mr. Body at Mount Juliet High School because
You're about a Steven you hang out with now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was right. So I was super fit and he was not. And he wore cut off jorts and cowboy boots and one Mr. Student Body. But anyway, enough said about that. Anyway, so we go to this, we have this everything happens at the Grand Ole Opry. And so I'm stoked because my great aunt Lucy can come. She's not sitting out in the fucking heat,
Yeah.
And it's a nice place. And who doesn't want to graduate from Grand Ole Opry and this, that, and whatever?
That's risky.
And so
Johnny, go, bro.
when we were there, I remember where I remember where I was in my line.
So memory there, he says.
But the thing that was funny about it was there was a bottle of whiskey that was being passed around. I'm sorry, a bottle of vodka that was being passed around. I didn't have any because I was like, dude, my great aunt Lucy's here. If I show up and give her a hug and kiss and I have some vodka on my breath,
you smell like vodka.
and she's gonna be like, Jody, I'm so disappointed in you. Right, I missed that old lady. She was awesome.
That's hilarious.
Apparently, I say Grand Ole Opry wrong too. I got that.
Grand Ole Opry.
No, it's Grand. She corrected me and said it's Grand Old Opry.
That's okay. Miami's not really pronounced Miami. It's Miami.
What?
Miami is
like in Spanish?
No.
It's more.
And she said I would never be able to pronounce Mount Juliet correctly.
Originally,
like I know, I can read.
Yeah, so originally it wasn't supposed to be said as Miami.
Huh. And people just fucked it up forever.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's what it is now. That's why we have
That's why we have Miami.
goofy names. Like my last name's a mispronunciation.
Well, I mean, it's not
And
fucking
misspelling.
My favorite
It's-
is Poppin'. That's
Yeah,
my
which-
favorite. People call you.
Popping. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a
Well-
minute, how'd you get that?
Well, listen, David, it could be worse. It could be fucking lemons. You know who
God damn it, Billy. What the hell's wrong with you?
When
I
life
have
gives you
friends-
lemons, you make lemonade.
Well, life gives you
No.
lemons. You drink
No,
moonshine
no
out the
lemonade.
jar.
Yeah, there you go. It's
I-
fuck the lemons.
Limoncello.
Burn your house down with the lemons.
My favorite is when I have students who I introduce myself to. Hey, Kay, my favorites. I have student appointments. You know, you guys know that I do that. I have to what's called office hours, and I have to have student appointments. I'm like, hey, this is Dr. Lamons, and you had scheduled this appointment with me. How can I help you today with accounting or finance? And they were like, hey, Dr. Lemons. I'm like, motherfucker, I said it in my damn intro. Like, I immediately get like, what the fuck? Are you not listening? Can you not read?
No.
You're never going to pass this class.
You're
should,
not
uh,
off to a good start.
you should
You're
give
not
him
off
the,
to a good start.
Just failed.
You should give him the speech from Full Metal Jacket when he catches him with the donut.
Yeah. My favorite is when they say, choke yourself. Not with your hand, dipshit. My hand. Don't pull my hand.
Don't touch me. What's
Right.
so wild? You know, the
my
dude who
program.
played Gummer Plyles, he plays Kingpin now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
same dude.
Yeah, he's
That is
a
so
good, he's
wild.
a good actor though.
He is a good actor. He's been an
And
actor. in a
that-
bunch of different
D'Onofrio?
things.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Vincent.
And that drill sergeant was a real drill sergeant in the Marines.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Gunny.
was. He was.
R.
Yeah,
Lee Ermey.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was. He was. He was a decorated Vietnam drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know the story that how he got the role. Most people have heard at this point. or a lot
Well,
of
first
folks-
off, do you know where it was filmed at? That's the better question. Do you
no,
know where
I do not.
it was
I do
filmed in England.
Mm.
The whole movie was filmed in England.
including the parts
Yep.
where they're in Vietnam,
Yep.
were
The whole
also
thing was
filmed in England.
All of it was filmed in England.
Do they have a jungle in England? I don't know
Nope.
about.
They had to import the jungle.
That's friggin'
Wow.
wild.
70% of Scarface was filmed in L.A.
I believe that.
Where it's supposed to be in Miami. Yep.
Yeah,
Scarface.
can't
Man,
tell
that's
me.
such a good movie.
that is a good movie. But I was gonna say the thing about Gunny, I can't remember his real name.
Army
R.
was-
Lee Ermey.
Ermey, he didn't start out on that set as an actor. That Kubrick was having a problem with the guy who was playing the drill sergeant
No,
originally.
he was the military advisor initially.
And he was like, "No, I can do this better. Just watch me." And so he just kind of put himself in there and did it.
Dude, I
And
swear
they're
to
like,
God,
"We'll give it to you."
that movie, I love that movie first off. But I mean, it's my favorite movie up until they go to Vietnam. Like, I love that movie up until Vietnam.
Yeah,
Like, all the stuff that happens in boot camp, I'm like, dude, that's like everybody always says, like, I mean, you've heard me around my military buddies. You even heard me around Matt.
yeah.
We sound like we hate each other.
I know.
And it's because that's how we speak to each other. I was talking about that today with my class. I was like, because we were talking about marketing and we are talking about, different influencers and this, that, and whatever. But if you ever notice, the military influencers are all followed by military people.
Of course.
And it's because we all go, yes, that's what we look for. It's just like when I gave you that thing the other day, and it was a guy doing push-ups, and what do we know, Private? He goes, they're people too now,
Mhm.
like that. and that stuff is funny because in the military, there is no such thing as racism. It's the EEOC. It is equal opportunity. Everybody fucking hates everybody. And it's a good damn time.
I feel that.
Like
I
when
just
I hear
gotta say-
somebody's going military, I'm like, dude, fucking hey, you're gonna have the best time. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna suck a little bit, but when you get past all the suck, it's gonna be awesome.
And not that I could ever compare culinary school to it, but culinary school absolutely, and for the most part, the restaurant industry, no one cares about your race, especially if you're going to work in the kitchen. Either you can do the fucking job or you can't.
Yep.
No one cares. No one. I've seen everybody get shitted on equally.
Yeah, like
believe that.
I bet.
Can you hang when we're getting 90 tickets in half an hour? That's
Yeah.
all we want to know. If you can hang, you're cool, brah.
That's it.
That's the beginning and the end of it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Like that.
Yeah. Well, we kind of lost our path on St. Patty's Day. So
This is what people do. They go to a bar and they drink Irish whatever green beer bullshit,
so real quick,
and
I'm
they
gonna
get
ask you
drunk
guys,
and they
so
just
what
act like
is your
friends.
guys' favorite Irish drink? Because I do have
Mm.
two. I have two that are up there for me. I'll go ahead and say it. I love an Irish car bomb that's made correctly. I love that, and I also love a black and tan. Oh, if you got a nice black and tan where harp is, I'm sorry, where Guinness is floated over harp, and it's enough Guinness and enough harp.
Yeah,
Like what you get is normally like sometimes you'll get like too much harp and not enough Guinness. But if you get that equal,
a nice balance.
yeah. Oh my God, it's so fucking good. So that's my two.
Carol from Dublin.
I've never had a Carol from Dublin. Is she cute?
I was about to say this is the beginning of a joke. This sounds like the start of a joke. I'm waiting for the punchline.
Like, is she got knockers or what? Like a big brown ass? What's going on with Carol?
You're muted, Mark. You gotta unmute yourself.
Oh, I know. So she's. Never mind. Never mind. I'm
That was your okay. So that really was.
You got
just
it.
All right. So the rest of us that are not talking dirty.
No, I would definitely say a black and tan for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a black and tan. I can probably put back at least a good 6 to 8 of those. Whereas for whatever reason, if I can put down 2 Guinness, I'm lucky.
Hey, Billy.
No.
Guinness is
Yeah.
$4 in a bottle, man.
Yeah.
The black and
This is
tans are
great.
in Liverpool.
This is
Good
true.
to know. Good to know. I gotta say, you already took my answer, but like the Irish car bombs, like they used to be a thing. I used to have when I worked in Colombia. I used to have a buddy whose wife didn't really want him having any alcohol at the house, so he'd stop by my place and we do a couple of Irish car bombs before he drove home to Lawrenceburg, which is like 45-ish minutes from where he was living in Colombia. We do Irish car bombs a couple times a week. Like it was good. It was good shit back in the day.
Well, I
So,
got the
yeah.
Irish pub here now in Columbia.
McCrary's, yeah.
McCrary's.
I've been in once or twice.
I've been in there
Been there once.
3 times, I think. I dig the place. I went there. I took my mom there. Oh God. And she was like, "What do you want to do here? What do you want to drink?" I'm like, "I don't know if I want to drink with you, old lady. I mean, you're 71 years old. Like, which one of us got to drive home?" She's like, "It's like they don't have Uber out here." I'm like, "Fuck no, we're out in the country, girlfriend. They don't have Uber. They don't even have taxis."
He says to his mom.
Well, I have said it just like that to my mom. I love my
unbelievable.
mom dearly, but sometimes she is crazy, and so sometimes she says some things, and I'm like, I don't think you can say that out loud. You need to keep those in your thought bubble. Better yet, just never think of them.
Yeah. those are your inside words, not your outside words.
Like when I get her age and I start losing the shit, I'm gonna say some stuff that's probably gonna be. I mean, think of all the inappropriate stuff you allege I say now.
Allege.
You guys don't want to see the
We just
text
need to go to the
message he sent
tapes
me.
of this show.
Go to the tape.
I don't need
Listen.
to allege a damn
Back.
thing. First of
Listen,
all,
Jody better not ever run to be a goddamn crossing guard. I got
yeah,
so much.
seriously. No,
I'm
chance
not gonna.
God get you.
I had so what's funny is our mutual buddy Seth was like, "Hey, are you ever gonna run from office?" I'm like, "No,
No.
no chance of it." He's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Dude, oh my God, there's so many skeletons in my."
There's too much tape on me.
Like I've done some stuff that I ain't happy about. I've said more shit than probably can never be said, and the only reason why I'm protected as a tenured professor is because no one else knows math. That's it. That's the only reason why. It's not because I'm fucking great. That's it.
What about you, Rob?
Nobody
What's
likes to do
your
math.
favorite Irish
That's
drink?
hilarious.
A true Irish coffee. Bailey's and coffee is not an Irish coffee.
I agree.
What's an Irish
Agree.
coffee?
So it's in San Francisco. It's called the Buena Vista.
If you get one up in Canada, they do one that's even better. That I thought.
The Buena Vista makes the best Irish coffee, and they take the the glassed Irish coffee glass that you can get that you can see, right? And they warm the glass up in hot water.
Yeah, because it has to be room temperature.
Yep, they put your coffee in. They put a cube of sugar.
Yep.
They stir it up. You put your shot and a half of Irish whiskey, and they top it with not the canned whipped cream they actually
No, it's
foam.
Cool Whip. It's Cool Whip.
They foam heavy cream.
Yeah. Well, the way I've had it was up
Set
in
it on
up in
top.
Canada.
That's
It
it.
was Cool Whip. They put actual Cool Whip on top of it and
Cool
float that on top. Yeah, Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Cool
Fuck
Whip.
Mount Juliet. How do you say Cool Whip?
Well, I love the Family Guy. So
And I'm not even sure if it's a true Irish thing, but beer, Killian's Irish Red, and
Mhm.
Yingling
That's a
makes a
Coors-
really
that's a
good
Coors
black and tan.
product.
Yingling does, but so I used to order beer and have it sent to my house when I first moved to Tennessee the second time. And so I used to get Alaskan Amber that was sent from Washington State, is where it's imported from. And I have it sent to my house. Of course, I don't remember what year it was. I think it was it was 2017. July 31st, the new law went into place that you can't have liquor sent to your house anymore in the state of Tennessee. However, they've now circumvented that law that if you're within a close proximity, you can have like Uber Eats can bring you DoorDash of alcohol if it's within close proximity of a metropolitan place. I don't live in a metropolitan place. I live out in sticks. So if you live around Nashville, you can get certain things, but now they're limited. So like you can get like if you want bourbon, you can get like Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Crown Royal, all these kind of things. And I'm like, so where's the bourbon?
Yeah.
Which one?
I guess I just don't get like if it was like a signature cocktail or some bullshit from a restaurant that you really wanted to have at the house. I could see like wanting to have them DoorDash that. Like, but if you just want liquor, why didn't you just go to the store when it was open? I don't understand.
Well, first of all,
maybe I'm doing the old
Alaskan
man thing
Amber
myself.
is not
I'm like,
found. It's only on
yeah,
the West
yeah.
Coast.
If you can't get it here, that's one thing. But I'm
So I used
talking
to have
about
it,
like
I used to have it sent
DoorDash
for
and
the
local
opening
stuff.
day of college football. I used to have a case of Alaskan Amber sent to my house, and the UPS guy, and we know each other. We still know each other. He was like, "Hey, man, is this your stuff?" I'm like, "Hey, you ought to come over on Saturday. It's opening day of college football. We're gonna watch some football, and I'm going to open up this box."
That's hilarious. I got a similar story about that. Rob, you'll appreciate this. If Gino was here, he'd appreciate it too. So when I used to go to Deep Creek every summer with my folks, back until I guess more recent years and COVID and all that shit, but I would meet up with them. And my boss at my old job, she really loved her and her girlfriend really loved Icy Light, which is like not a high quality beer, right? But it's the very local, Pittsburgh beer. And I'd bring back a case of that shit. And she'd just be fucking delighted with it. Like, and it's Icy Light, but it's just because it was that local Pittsburgh beer and has like that taste that brings back that it's cheap. It's like, I don't know, on par of like a Miller Lite or something in terms of what you're drinking.
It's a step above Natty Ice, Natty Light.
It's not fancy.
It's a step above.
It's the old frothing slosh, man. But
let me ask you guys: is the Mickey's considered an Irish beer? Remember the Mickey's that used to come in a little bottles that look like a grenade?
No.
Like Mickey Beast.
Big Mouth.
What about what was Mickey's the one that had the little like Jack of Hearts and all that stuff underneath the cap, or was that something else?
Yeah, no, that's Mickey's Big Mouth.
That was so much fun on the West Coast because we used to get that all the time up in Washington State. So David's met Buddy. I don't know if anybody else has in this group, but Buddy, he and I, big time military buddies together. We've done a lot of stupid shit together. We've had a lot of good times. I gave the Pours the bottle that he brought to this house, and I was like, oh my God, I can't drink that. It just, I love you, man. I think you're great, but that's not ever going to happen. Never going to touch these lips. But anyway, because it had too much peat taste to it.
What was it?
I don't remember which one it was, but it was that it was a almost like 99.5% full bottle that I gave you.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, because
the one from New York.
Yeah, because you were talking about how great it was last.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking fantastic.
Like,
it is fantastic. It's just not for you.
No, it's not. But anyway,
it didn't taste peaty at all. Just very smoky.
What's funny is, so when I used to live up in Washington State, and so me and him were stationed up there together, and this was back in the highlight of WWF when it was still called WWF. All right. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and all this stuff, and you were having good times. And they had pay-per-view damn near every fucking Saturday. All right. Like there would be some event on or Sunday. I don't remember what day it was, but so the very first time we ever got together to have a wrestling party. All right. I was like, I'll pay for the pay-per-view if you'll pay for the beer. So he shows up with fucking Keystone Light. I'm like, God damn it. Like he's like, dude, every
Should have been more specific with your instructions, man.
Well, he's like, every can is special in line. It tastes like it's coming out of a bottle. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. Right.
You paid $6.99 for that bitch.
Yeah, for a fucking case. All right. On base with no taxes.
A case.
Yeah, with no taxes. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? And so like the next morning I'm supposed to go do operations and I'm fucking pissing the exact same smell as I tasted. All right. I'm like,
where do you think they fill those cans with, man?
Oh, I'm sure that's what it is. And he was like, this is fucking great. It's the best beer ever. I'm like, whoever told you that's a liar.
All
right.
It's too fucking funny.
And so the next time we did is I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to go halfsies. Because if it's my turn, you can pay for the pay-per-view, but I'm gonna buy real beer. And so I got Alaskan Amber. He's like, this is too rich for me. I'm like, well, you dumbass. And so we started going halvesies on it every time.
You were already a beer snob.
Well, it's not that I was beer snob. I was just like, I'm not drinking. No,
I hear you.
I've never touched Keystone Light again in my life since that day.
Yeah, it's not.
But by the way, we're an hour.
Yeah, we're almost an hour 10.
We're over this, so you
did it perfect in the opening.
Subscribe,
like and subscribe.
Hit the notification.
Smash that notification button.
Yeah, do all those.
Smash. Things. Yeah,
smash. Hulk.
Just don't.
By the way, Hulk is always Irish. He's green.
That's true. That's his secret. He's always
Hulk
Irish.
Smash.
That's it, guys.
Anyway, love you guys. You guys mostly just.
If you're out, be safe. Drive home. Get an Uber, even if it costs a lot of money. It's a lot less expensive than the alternative. Think about it. Think about it in those terms. Okay.
And you put yourself, between some thighs. Make that happen tonight.
There you go. Especially if you're
peace and love. Be good to yourself, brother.
Peace and love. Everyone be good to yourselves. Billy's been good to himself. Well, first, before we go to the after show, Billy, can you stand up right now?
I can't, but I'm not going to.
That's an Irish answer if I've ever heard one.
Real quick, have you peed at all?
Not on myself.
So you got a water bottle?
No. I mean, I could reach the toilet from here, so it's okay.
That's because it's coming out good right now. It's like you can open up the door with it.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Long as you got the right arch, Billy.
So, guys, if you're still with us, welcome to the after show.
By the way, if you're not a fan of the VIP,
my buddy Steven, he calls me Blue.
Okay.
You're
my boy Blue.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Steven, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
All right,
we're just heading out here.
Later.
Much love. You guys take care.